Have you ever thought about a seed? Good seeds are little things that, if planted at the right time, the right place, and are tended to, become huge blessings down the road. Whatever seeds you're sowing today, seeds for your future, for your family, for your faith, or for actual food, you're at the right place. Welcome to the Sowing Seed Podcast. Now, here's your host whose intellect can only be measured by quantum mechanics, whatever that is, Matt Miller.
I'll never forget sitting in Sunday school class in Kingwood, Texas. This is probably 8-10 years ago at this point, and hearing some of the other members of my class complain about how there was no jobs available for their kids to get out and work. And I have to be honest, I had to shake my head, because whereas in many cases there are opportunities out there that are existing that our kids can take on and learn from and be a part of and make some money along the way, if those opportunities are not available, then it seems to me that it's our job as parents to figure that out. Because ultimately, once again, our responsibility is to prepare them for adulthood. I'll give you a great example. It's a simple one, but there's still people today that hear this story and really kind of question it. When our youngest, Rebecca, was 8 years old, it just so happened at the time where we were going to church that the only way that our family could worship together in the worship service and Becca could go to Sunday school was if she ended up going to Sunday school with the 9-year-old kids instead of the 8-year-olds. We got approval to have that done, and I'll never forget her coming home one day and sharing the story of how the teacher had asked, "So what is it that you love to do at home to help your mom and dad?" And all the 9-year-olds in the class went around from person to person explaining what it was that they loved to do. And here's Becca, the youngest one in the group. And she said, "I love to mow the lawn for my dad." Well, the jaws dropped of everybody in the classroom, the teacher and the kids. And all the kids turned around like, "What? You mow the lawn for your parents?" Yeah, yep. She did at 8 years old. Now, we didn't just throw her out there and say, "Okay, go do it, be safe." No, for the first while, she was supervised, and of course she was trained and taught exactly what needed to be done, taught about safety and all those types of things. We didn't have a very big yard, by the way. But the reality was she was given that responsibility very, very early, much earlier than most kids, in our area at least. But in the process, she was given responsibility and she was given a way to make some money around the house. As our kids got older, we created other opportunities for them through the businesses that we've developed. Our oldest two as graphic designers. My daughter Sarah does some of my show notes today for some of the podcasts that I do. My son Zane has been a web designer for us and for many others. He's the one that actually got this podcast all set up, the RSS feed and all those types of things, so that this could be published on all the different places that it gets published. My youngest Rebecca absolutely loves talking with people and relating to people, and she came to trade shows with me early on and has gotten really, really good at talking to people and sharing ideas and concepts and selling. In fact, in my podcast, the School Zone podcast, many of the guests that have been on the show in the last year were folks that she approached at various trade shows and asked them if they had any interest in being part of the show as a 15 or 16-year-old. Creating opportunity for them to shine, creating ways so that they can make money. And then, of course, helping with contacts or relationships or friends along the way as well when other work opportunities are needed, perhaps at a younger age than when many will go and start to work. We as parents need to work to create those opportunities and then be willing to let them go out and learn and fail, understanding that just like it's taken us years to grow, they're going to need to grow into those roles as well. And the quicker we can provide those opportunities, the quicker they are prepared to be out on their own one day, out from under our roof and providing for their families.
Thank you for listening to the Sowing Seed Podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, please leave us a 5-star review in iTunes or your podcast player of choice. So until next time, go plant the seed you need to succeed.